This is the plaintiff, Thomas Locerto. He says the defendant backed his giant SUV out of a parking spot and plowed right into him in his 2019 Toyota Corolla. The defendant promised he'd pay for the damages and then has dodged him ever since, claiming he's only 19 years old and broke. Oh, sorry, buddy, but that's so not his problem. He's suing for $1,405, the cost to repair his car. This is the defendant, Dakota Riggs. He says he was driving his grandmother's Hyundai Santa Fe and lightly tapped the plaintiff's Toyota. The plaintiff's trying to take advantage of him because he's young and is inflating the damage so he can get as much money as possible. Well, he might just be a kid working at Chipotle, about to go into the Marines, but there's no way a tiny scratch on a car costs over $1,400 to fix, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of a backup crack-up.
All parties, please get your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant backed his SUV into his brand new Toyota, but the defendant says he tapped the guy's car, so get real. It's the case of you asked for it, you got it.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Thomas Locerto, you're suing Dakota Riggs for $1,405, an estimate to fix the front fender of your Corolla when the defendant who was driving up?
2012 Santa Fe, Hyundai.
Which is what, big old SUV?
Big old SUV.
Backed right out of his spot and hit you, according to you.
That's correct.
Okay, tell me how it happened. You're going down the parking. Why don't you come over here, pick a car, be you, be him. Come on over here.
Okay, this is, he's parked.
Take a car and make it him.
Okay,
Any car.
okay. Okay, so he's parked here.
Got it. Then take another car and make it you.
I'm over here,
Okay,
stopped, looking to park.
okay.
Out of nowhere, this starts backing up. Boom.
Okay, right. What happened? You didn't see him?
He was right in my blind spot, ma'am.
Okay. He was in
I
your...
was backing out and I didn't notice any cars. I looked both ways and then little did I know was thud.
Yeah.
And I turned
So
around
what's
and I
your
was like,
defense? I'm sorry, what's your defense?
my defense is that the car lightly tapped each other and I don't feel that, I do feel that I do need to pay him, yes.
Although you don't think it's entirely your
But-
fault, because it was your blind spot.
It is not entirely my fault because it is my blind spot, yes.
Where'd you get that idea? That like your blind spot is someone else's
I
fault?
blame the blind spot.
Yeah, except for, well, the blind spot better have some cash.
I know, right?
It's your blind spot, okay?
Yeah.
You backed out and you hit somebody.
Yeah.
It's an accident. Now,
I
do
do
you
feel
feel that he's milking it and that the amount he's
Yes, I
asking
do
for
feel
is
the
too...
amount
Have
is
you?
a
How
little
old are you?
excessive.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay, have you ever had body damage on your car that you've had to pay for?
Yes.
Okay,
And they pay
so
for the-
so what
But
happened?
the damage was like a lot more.
How much damage was it?
It was the whole engine, the whole front end was just,
So it was a big
it
accident?
was totaled.
Was it yours? Was it your accident?
It was not considered my fault.
No, how is
No,
it when you
it
say it
wasn't
was
my
not
fault, though.
considered your fault? What do you mean?
The insurance company didn't consider it my fault because the lady was not considered believable.
My point I started off asking that to see if you understood how expensive body work is, but then I found out about this whole other accident.
Yeah.
But in any event, do you have pictures of the damage?
I don't.
Why not? You already got it fixed and you don't have pictures to show me?
The body shop has the pictures.
Well, okay, let's think this through a moment. Like, who are the pictures for? I dare say they're for me.
I believe
this
so.
is exactly what you took the pictures for. This lady in the black dress. What are they doing? Warming someone's manila folder at a body shop? Are you crazy? Come on.
Can a Toyota Corolla bumper cost $1,400?
Yeah, that could definitely happen. One, you can have when you go.
You're not going to be able to get to two. We won't have time. Just one.
Yeah, it can. It honestly can.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
I did bring the invoices, which details all the work.
Show me the invoice. Have you taken your car there for work before?
My daughter has.
Okay. Replace the left fender. Here's a credit card receipt. And it costs $1,405, which is what you're suing for. Now, at some point, you guys had negotiated where you're going to pay how much?
He threw me the estimate of $1,800, so I was trying to figure out if I can maybe do like something cheaper because I'm only 19
and then
years
he
old.
because you're only what?
I'm only 19 years old and I can only make so much money, Your Honor.
Okay, so he takes it there and it's $1,405 instead of, where did the figure 1,800 come from?
It was the original estimate. Which
From who?
The same body shop.
And then they decided they were able to do it for $1,405.
Right. He was able to mix the paint at a
Okay,
cheaper price.
so then you tell him, good news, it's $1,405, and then he says what?
He said, okay, basically on a text.
Okay, you tell him, I'll tell you what, if you pay up front, I'll give you a discount. You just pay me $1,100, I'll foot the rest, and you say I can't do that. I have to go with our original plan, which apparently you guys had an original plan of him paying $300, $300, $300, and $300. $300 a what? A week?
$300 a month.
A month, okay. So then what happens?
The 15th
Came and went. What
Yes.
happened?
I have been working a lot of overtime and I unfortunately have a ton of bills to pay.
Yeah,
Your
this is
Honor.
one of them. And that was a big mistake on your part
Yes.
because you were going to get out of this for $1,200, even though the bill was $1,400, so you were getting a $200 discount. All you had to do was make this a priority and be good to your word and pay on January 15th, and we all wouldn't be here. But you didn't, so he filed a lawsuit. And now you can't avail yourself of this little $1,200 deal. Now he gets to sue you for the whole amount. So was it a good idea or a bad idea not to pay this bill?
It was a bad idea, Your Honor. But I also want to bring up a random side note that I feel
I
was
love random side notes.
a little off about it. Through the text, there was indications of him going through information that I never gave him.
Such as?
He knew that I was going into the Marine Corps, which I never told him that. He also knew where my address was. Never gave him my address. I only gave him my phone number and my name.
Who let you know he was? Are you going to the Marine Corps?
Not anymore, unfortunately. I took a knife in the leg at work.
I will never tire of hearing your stories. How did you take a knife in the leg?
I was going to the back of the kitchen, and there was, I guess, oil on the floor, and I had my knife facing downward with my cutting board in my other hand, and I slipped right in the leg, pulled it out, didn't think anything of it until I was finally lipping, and my coworker pulled off my apron, and there was blood all over my leg, and I had to get 5 stitches.
Okay, but why does that stop you from going to the Marines? You mean you delayed your entry, or
It
what?
delayed my entry, yes.
But you're still going.
I might be going next year. I'm debating on whether
Oh,
what
so
I should do right
it's
now.
not over 5 stitches that you're not going. It's your own reasons that you're not
Yeah.
going. But by the way, he'd kind of like to know how you know that he was going to go to the Marines.
It's on his Facebook page.
So, well, that mystery's solved, isn't it? This private information that's, wait, what did you call it? Classified,
I figured it was a
military,
classified document.
classified military information that's all over your face. Look, you give a guy your number and your phone number. All you have to do when you give your phone number is run the phone number on a computer. Is there anything else you want to tell me? Any other side notes that we can travel, you and I, together before... All right, my friend, pay the man. $1,405 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
So, kind of no question about this case. The plaintiff has prevailed. Mr. Riggs, if you step over here, let me just ask you. You're 19.
Yes.
What was your reaction when you got sued?
I was very confused and worried because we made an agreement, yes. And I am a man of my word, so I like to keep my word.
But you didn't.
And unfortunately, I couldn't because I was working so much.
Yeah.
I'm 19. I'm doing 55 plus hours at Chipotle, and I'm trying to make this money for him so I can pay him. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get back to him because I've been working so much.
Well, you've learned a valuable lesson at a young age.
Yes.
Okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Sorry, you got to pay him, though. Okay?
Yeah.
The door's that way. All right, Mr. Licurdo. Did you feel bad about suing such a young guy?
I did, but because he didn't answer my email,
Yeah.
I felt that I had no choice.
Yeah, okay.
I felt I was never going to get paid.
Well, you're getting paid now. Feel better?
Yes, I do.
Good enough. Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
You're welcome. Harvey?
Short and sweet, Doug. There is almost no defense when you bring up the rear in a rear-end collision.